It was so much fun being able to see this film. I actually saw it for the first time a few days ago with my friends and family, the final cut anyway. And it just, I mean, so amazing to see a film where half the time I was making it, I didn't have anything going on around me. So to then see the final product and see everything that was going on around me was pretty amazing. Yeah, it was weird. It was definitely a challenge. It was very interesting to spend the majority of the time acting against a tennis ball and on a stick. Yeah, thank God for our director, Travis Knight, for really helping me every step of the way, just being so clear on everything that was going on around me so that it felt, we felt like we were making everything, authentic as authentic as possible. Travis and I had a lot of conversations about the development of this character and this relationship that we see, that we spend so much time with on screen. And that moment that you're talking about is the first time that they meet. And I guess, Travis and I, in a lot of our conversations, or I guess in a lot of my sort of work, I would kind of try and make sense of the situation if we brought the Transformer element out of it, and if there wasn't anything there, obviously, because that's what was happening for me in real life. And this is a moment where Charlie meets or discovers this thing that she has every right to be afraid of and run and scream and turn away from, and she notices that there's something super innocent about what she's dealing with. And I guess it was just this moment of feeling like you can very easily make a connection with an inanimate object and feel something there. And that's what that whole moment is that just that moment of discovery. We did have some rehearsal time, but a lot of those scenes, it was just kind of easier to dive in and see what happened, because there was no, you could rehearse, but there was nothing was going to really change unless it was me. So it was best just to dive in and get to it. I loved just that. I loved that this is a young, normal girl. She doesn't have any special powers. She's just a normal girl trying to find her way through life. And she realizes that she's capable of just about anything. And she's strong and she's smart. And her level of drive and passion can really get her anywhere. And she discovers that within herself. And I think that's so important because, at that time in your life where you're just searching for, answers to questions and searching for somebody to understand you and to see you, it's not easy, that time. It's just like growing up is hard. There's no way around it. You just have to go through it. And I love that this character is really an honest portrayal of those feelings that you feel when you're growing up. When it comes to balancing, I try my best just to take everything one step at a time because, it's very easy to get wrapped up in everything that's going on, and everything feels so fast-paced in my life at times that it's just important to, take it one step at a time and have those moments where I can really stand back and appreciate everything I've accomplished. And, but I guess the answer is just taking it one step at a time, deep breaths, and, yeah. Well, even though I didn't necessarily have a traditional high school experience, I'm still a normal person. I might not have, my life is my normal. It's all I know, but it's not the norm, I guess you could say. So I think that a lot of times people, for that reason, think that I kind of skipped through that time in my life. I never had an awkward stage, or I never, experience those things that I do in these films, but that I wish that was the truth, but it's not. An awkward stage occurred, was there for a lot longer than I could have wished, but yeah, I love that I get to play these parts where I do get to emote in a way that I never really got the opportunity to, but I have felt all of these feelings, and I still do, and I find that that's why I'm able to hopefully make these characters feel real and relatable. I hope that young girls can, look at Charlie Watson and feel like, they can accomplish anything they set their mind to, because this is a young girl who is completely normal and has, like we said, no special powers, but she realizes that within her, she has these superhero-like qualities. She is driven and she's smart and she's strong and brave and courageous, and she, again, is able to accomplish whatever she sets her mind to, and I think anyone is, as long as they can realize that within themselves. Of course, the process of developing a character is something, I mean, it's one of my favorite parts of the job. It's really one of the most fun parts. And the 80s, inspired fashion was very fun to immerse myself in. And it was great to find who Charlie was. And obviously she's very expressive, and a lot of that is through what she wears every day. And she wears a sort of darker color palette than everybody else in the movie. It's a little moodier, a little bit edgier. Yeah, I mean, it really, I feel, represents who she is. Yes. I mean, I definitely had a lot of fun. There was never a dull moment. I would get to set and I would either be like wrestling John Cena, or I would be jumping from one object to another 100 feet in the air. It was definitely a lot of fun, and yeah, any funny moments? There were a lot. There were a lot of funny moments, but I had a wonderful time making this film.